Hi!
Hey, who's the kid?
Goku babysitting? Well, I'll be darned.
He's my son.
Hey guys, Valiant Brad, the Cosplay Enthusiast here again with another video, of course. Go figure. Really quick, just wanted to address, before this, I had a quick clip from, the anime actually to show off the character a bit, and I think that's going to be something I'm going to try and do going forward. It lets you see the character in action, learn a bit more about their personality, and all that good stuff. Plus, also, I'm sure it won't hurt my YouTube views. Now, of course, quick disclaimer, I did not make these videos. I did not make the clips. They belong to their respective creators and companies and yada yada yada. So, please don't sue me. I'm just doing this to show off cosplays and to give people a bit more depth, a bit better of a look into said characters, so that if they want to cosplay them or they really like the characters or something. So yeah, today's character is Gohan from the Dragon Ball Z movie, The History of Trunks. Quick spoilers here, but the history of Trunks is based off of the backstory of Trunks from the future. A boy who travels back in time to warn the Z fighters about the android attack that is going to happen roughly 2 years after the events of, Namek fighting Frieza and all that. And yeah, basically what it falls down to is Gohan and Trunks are the last fighters left to defend the Earth against the attacks of the androids. Vegeta, Piccolo, Tien, Yamcha, and yes, even Krillin couldn't stand up to them. So it falls to them. And spoilers for the movie, Gohan actually dies fighting the androids. He gets his arm blown off and he goes to fight them alone because he doesn't want to potentially get Trunks killed. And yeah. But anyway, I've got a quick clip of me in the cosplay, me trying to be in character and such, and yeah, so I'll just cut to that and then I'll talk a bit about that afterwards. Hi, hi guys. It's Gohan. If you're watching this, you know what happened. And I'm sorry for that. But that's what happens whenever you have to defend the Earth. And it was just me and Trunks at this point. And I knew eventually that, I'd have to go it alone. Especially after, So I wanted to make this video, for you Trunks, for you Bulma, and of course Mom and Grandpa and everyone else. I'm sorry. I wasn't strong enough. I couldn't face the androids myself, apparently. I brought Trunks along, even though, Bulma, you really didn't care for the idea. We didn't exactly have a lot of options, I know. But, I did the best that I could training him, teaching him everything that I knew, that, Dad taught me, that Piccolo taught me. God damn it. Sorry. And Trunks, you've been one of the greatest assets in this fight from the beginning. So don't ever sell yourself short in thinking that you didn't help and you could have done something to stop this and all that. But you remember how I always told you about how I was able to change into a Super Saiyan? That he was thinking about what happened to Dad and Piccolo and Krillin and Yamcha and Tien and everyone else. Well, I was unfortunately kind of hoping that this event would kind of lead you to that point. Because, I mean, you know, hey, Dad changed when he lost Krillin. You know, and yeah. So, you know, do what you can, little brother. Mom, I'm sorry it came to this, but, you know, we had to do what we had to do. And Bulma, you know, thanks for everything. Thanks for caring for me after every attack, for traveling with my dad and watching over, you know, Mom and everyone else when Trunks and I had to go take care of business, and for letting Trunks come with me. We really needed it. My last parting advice, I guess, at this point, you know, Mom, Grandpa, you know, be strong. You know, we'll get through this. You know, I mean, Dad got through some hard stuff, so I'm sure we can too, easily. You know, we just gotta figure something out. You guys are smart, you'll do it. Bulma, you know, I've heard bits and pieces about the time machine. I'm hoping you get that thing up and running. You know, go back, find Dad, figure something out. Maybe he's the key to all of this. And I leave the hardest task to you, little brother. Trunks. You know, watch over everybody. Make sure they're safe. And when the time comes, you know, go back, get Dad, save everybody, and change this horrible future. Not just for me, but for everyone. Goodbye, everybody. I love you.
You know you can't win. You can't destroy what I really am. Even if you manage to kill this body, someone even stronger would surface and take my place. Not one death will go unaccounted for. Not one!
This thunderstorm is a perfect backdrop for your demise.
There is no end for me. No end! Gohan?
So, yeah. That happened. Now, why did I choose Gohan, I guess, from the Dragon Ball Z series? Oddly enough, he was actually a character I really identified with. Yes, I identified with the child who got kidnapped, forced to train in the wilderness, and fight at 5 years old. Yeah, I know. But no, I really liked Gohan. You know, he always had some hidden well of, I would guess you'd say, rage or something that would just help him to unleash his power. Like in the fight with Raditz, in the fight against Nappa, Frieza, Vegeta, just like all these different characters that ultimately pushed him to go farther than he really could. And I feel like I've kind of had a similar thing. Don't worry, I'm not going to flip out and just beat the crap out of someone one day, but I've always had a bit of fear and concern about doing things, but somehow, deep down inside, I still had that strength to do those important things. And, also, he was kind of a sidekick supporting character for the series, and I kind of felt like that in another relationship that I have in my life. I'm not going to go into that. It's not the Brad talks about himself hour, but... So yeah, that's why I chose Gohan. Now, I chose this version of Gohan because, well, Dragon Ball Z, for the most part, he's a young kid. Like, during the Cell Saga, he's like 11, or 12, I believe, I can't remember. So yeah, kind of cuts that off. Let's see. And then in the normal history path, he kind of, just gets educated, goes to school and stuff like that, and... Okay, fine. Say a man. I'm just gonna say it. Don't get me wrong, it's cool, it's interesting, it's funny, but I prefer, the serious version of Gohan. So, I went based off of the history of Trunks Gohan. This kid who's been on the run, with his family and everything, and just watching over the planet as best he can with Trunks for the past, I'd say, at least 10 years or so, roughly. It's kind of crazy, and I respect that character a bit more than, the version who grows up to become the Saiyaman. Again, no offense, but he seems a bit better in my opinion, if you ask me. And also, the ultimate choice to make that sacrifice, because, and this is just my personal theory, but he chose that point because, one, he had gotten his arm blown off, so he knew for sure he couldn't really defend Trunks in case they were overwhelmed in another attack. But also because he taught Trunks as much as he could, and Trunks needed that push to become a Super Saiyan. And so that's why Gohan rushed in by himself, fought valiantly, and was ultimately killed. Sorry, it just really sucks to see that character that you really like just get shot. Well, just get destroyed. Like that. I mean, it was a good way to go, but it still really sucked. And I'm sorry that happened. So, yeah, stay tuned for part 2, costuming and characterization. Right, I'll catch you next time, guys. Be safe, be clever, and, yeah, have fun with it. I'm Valiant Brad, the Cosplay Enthusiast. Have fun.